Chapter 6356. At present, the villa is still under construction. Because the scale of the villa is too large. Even if the best construction team is mobilized, it will take at least 1.5 years to complete. Many decoration materials are simply not available here, so they can only be transported to Madagascar from all over the world by plane at any cost. Now, apart from eating, drinking, defecating, and urinating, Cheng Feng is most concerned about two things every day. One is to keep an eye on the construction of the villa, and the other is to take a helicopter to patrol his territory. Because his territory is so large, it is more than 4,000 square kilometers, and there are almost no paved roads. If he wants to patrol, he can only ride a horse or take a helicopter. It must be said that Madagascar is so underdeveloped that when flying in a helicopter, what you see is almost completely primitive. The density of wild animals is much higher than that of a zoo. In addition, the exaggerated shape of the baobab tree gives people a sense of the roughness of the primitive world. And at the same time, there is a sense of wonder in paradise. At first, the old man was intoxicated by watching the scenery and sunset from the helicopter every day. But over time, the scenery he saw was almost the same everywhere, and he gradually felt a little bored. He just hoped that the villa would be built quickly so that he could live out his old age. Just when he landed in the helicopter, the old butler who had followed him for many years ran over with a satellite phone and said hurriedly, "Master, Miss Shiyu called you and said she has something urgent. Please call her back." Cheng Feng's territory has no wireless communication network coverage, so he can only make and receive calls by satellite. The same applies to the internet. To make calls, he can only use a clumsy satellite phone with very few functions. Therefore, he almost never carries it with him. He always lets the butler put it on his waist. When he heard that his granddaughter was looking for him for something important, he quickly took the phone and called Jiyu back with both hands. The call was connected quickly, and Jiyu on the other end of the phone said, "Grandpa, I have good news to share with you." "What good news?" Cheng Feng asked her subconsciously. "Could it be that Charlie asked me to go back?" Jiyu answered him, Not that good." After that, Jiyu said, "But Mr. Wade called me and said that there is an urgent task assigned to you. If you can complete it well, he will provide you with more conveniences as appropriate." "Really?" Cheng Feng asked her quickly. "What urgent task? Does he want the lemurs in Madagascar? Or the breadfruit trees?" "Neither." Jiyu said, "He asked you to buy all the companies operating vending machines in Africa, starting with Nigeria." "Companies operating vending machines?" Cheng Feng thought he had misheard and asked in confusion, "What kind of business genius is Charlie? Why is he eyeing the vending machine business in Africa?" Jiyu said, "I don't know the details, but Mr. Wade said that the sooner the better. Especially Nigeria, we must do it as soon as possible." "Nigeria?" Cheng Feng smacked his lips and asked her, "Then can I go to Nigeria in person?" "Sure." Jiyu said, "Mr. Wade said that during this period you can be allowed to leave Madagascar, and your activities can be expanded to any country and region in Africa." "Great!" Cheng Feng slapped his thigh excitedly. "Every day when I open my eyes, I see breadfruit trees. I'm almost sick of it. Nigeria seems to be relatively wealthy in Africa. It should be more comfortable than here." Jiyu said, "Grandpa, you must seize this opportunity. If you can satisfy Mr. Wade, maybe you can be allowed to return to China. At worst, it is not impossible to give you a certain amount of home leave a year." "Yes, yes, yes." Cheng Feng nodded repeatedly and said, "I know this, don't worry. I will arrange the itinerary right away and go to Nigeria today."